Minnesota Vikings first round pick safety Lewis Cine from Georgia has arrived in Minnesota at rookie minicamp, and he has taken the city by storm, don't you think?
Yeah, so Matthew Caller over at Purple Insider has a nice piece about Scene's performance so far in rookie minicamp and what the Vikings are expecting of him. Caller wrote, Minnesota Vikings top selection Lewis Scene played in the national championship game and then went directly to the NFL Combine preparation, then participate in the Combine, then worked out at Georgia's Pro Day, then visited NFL teams who might draft him, and then got picked by the Vikings and flew to Minnesota to be introduced. On top of all that and learning his first NFL playbook, Scene is being asked to take on one extra task early in the Vikings offseason program: lead. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell said this: I told him today, hey, lead this group out here. There's a reason why you were our first round pick, and he's got that makeup, and it comes to naturally to him to lead by example. But I challenged him, take the rest of that DB group under your wing. You have Andrew Booth Jr. with you. You have Caleb Evans, both rookies, and some guys there that we are going to count on to compete. So, Miles, this is sort of very interesting to have a new head coach, and frankly, any head coach, call out one of his rookies, his first round draft pick, to not just be an impact player, but to lead. What do you think of what O'Connell is doing here?
I really like it. It instills confidence. And Scene goes on later to talk about how it's easy for him to lead. He feels like as if he himself is a natural leader, all those kind of things. So you just got to go out there and be yourself. It helps that these other guys coming in are rookies, so they're all on the same page. He's probably one of the better players in that secondary as it is right now. But Scene, I think, even at Georgia, he was a great leader. He's a strong player. He's a great nose for the ball. He's great at sniffing out routes, taking the right angle for stuff. He's a good tackler. All things that he can give on to other players on the team. I think these are all good attributes. He doesn't really have too many negatives. He's had equally good run defense and pass coverage grades. So he's a very well-rounded player, something you want in your safeties. So I think he is the guy that this DB group needs to lean on. He has versatility in all aspects of the game, and he can really, like, say you got like a true ball hawking guy or you got a great tackler. Anyone can come to him and ask him advice on one aspect of the game or another, and he has something to contribute.
Yeah, and credit to O'Connell for recognizing that his secondary and really his defense is kind of in a transition mode. I mean, they still have Harrison Smith, but he's 32 going on 33. And after this season, the Vikings likely will cut him because they'll save a whole bunch of money in cap space. Right now, he's locked into big dollars for a number of years. They're not going to pay him the duration of that contract. So they're looking to replace Smith and upgrade that secondary. Look, that's why they got Evans out of Missouri. They got Booth out of Clemson, corners later in the draft after getting Scene. And both Booth and Evans were known for their amazing physical talent and their gifts. They just needed to live up to their potential. And having a guy like Scene on the back end, leading that young defense, being rookies, part of that same class, there's some mentality there, and putting that accountability on Scene, I think, is really important. I think a lot of coaches, they get some of these rookies and they try and maybe cushion the blow and ease them into it. I'm really impressed by O'Connell by really going after and say, hey, Scene, you were our first round draft pick. We brought you in here to be a leader. Now go out and lead. And credit to Scene, sounds like he's up to the challenge.
Yeah, one other thing I'd like to add that I really commend O'Connell for doing, he did ask all of this of Scene. But the thing he added at the end is the most important thing to me. He said, but obviously, let's go out there and have fun. It is football. We're playing a game out here. It's a very expensive game for the Vikings. They're paying these guys a lot of money. But he needs to go out there, feel loose, feel like at ease on the field. Be the natural leader that you can be. I think that's really what O'Connell wants. He wants him to be himself. Obviously, picking them in the first round, they saw his leadership attributes. They saw his ability to play. So they want him to be that guy that they saw. So telling him at the end, all this stuff, be the leader, go out there, you're the first round pick, there's a lot of stuff on your shoulders, but make sure you have fun, make sure you grew up playing the game that you love, make sure it's still that game that you're playing out there. So I think that was really important.
Yeah, when you look at what Scene had to do at Georgia, he basically was playing on an NFL defense. It seems like their entire starting defense was drafted in the first round. Obviously, Walker was the number one pick. Big Jordan Davis went later to Philly. So he's been around NFL guys. He competed against NFL guys in the SEC. So he's as NFL ready, battle tested as any player is going to be probably coming out of the draft. And one other fact I want to bring out here, and this is straight from NFL.com's draft profile of Scene. Listen to the strengths. These are the strengths they outlined. plays with an NFL caliber demeanor, can galvanize a defense, rose to the occasion in big moments. And this guy just sounds like a ready to play guy, ready to lead guy, and credit to the Vikings and O'Connell for putting the accountability and giving Cine a real chance to lead very early in his NFL career.